Hey, kind of figured after doing the short little clip with me doing the 30-mile ride, I might as well do a little bit of a breakdown of what I did for the 20 amp hour edition on this XP Lite bike. Just kind of show exactly what was done and make sure that if anybody chooses to do this option right here, at least they won't mess it up. But I would recommend if anybody wants to fabricate a parallel adapter, they at least have some good soldering skills and make sure they're aware of electronic safety, making sure that the wires are fully secured and it's not going to cause any short circuits because it is very tight inside of here. Now, my whole thing about doing the 20 amp hour edition was just like go ahead and increase the battery range on this, and I already had this Yo's power pack, the Yo's power already on hand. We had already been using them on the other bikes, you know, as you saw in the previous videos. But this rack right here already comes with the battery pack, along with everything bolted in place. Of course, it's missing a couple washers, but the way it mounts onto the XP Lite, what I did is I had to put it down on the bottom rack, on the bottom support down here, and attach it on here, and I just kind of removed the ends of the brackets here because it was just too long. As you can see how it fits in here. And these screws right here are the same ones that basically fit onto the e-brake calipers, or basically the brake calipers themselves and everything. So same threading, everything else. I didn't have a set of spares, so I had to find another set, and I found one with a Phillips head. It's like a number 3 tip, but it comes from here. This extends up to here and goes straight into here, and you have to have this bent in at the most extreme angle, going up into here, but it has to be able to clear here, so you don't have to trim back anything. It just automatically fits right on here. This sitting on the bottom rack, and it allows the rack to actually sit level. Absolutely perfect. Nice and solid, don't have to worry about a thing. The extra plug that comes off of here comes in with an Anderson power pole connection, which I can easily take and remove here. The problem I had with this one is the other side, because this one's working just fine. It's the other one that I had down here. I had to take and force the red one in order to make it work. The connection coming from the parallel adapter comes in from underneath here, and you have to feed it in underneath in order to make it work properly. But as soon as you take and remove this top cover right here, very little amount of room in here to be able to put in a balancer. So when I put in my parallel adapter, you get your positive and your negative. That went into a Dean's plug, which automatically went from here into here. That was tucked away in this little space that's inside of here, and all I did was I just fabricated the parallel adapter here, which comes off, and the other end feeds off and straight down into the output coming down here. Now, as long as you're safe and you be careful about how you turn on the battery before you are about to use both, it's a good idea to make sure both the batteries are at the same voltage level before you turn them on. Otherwise, don't even bother, just take and use one battery at a time. But you have to make sure the other battery is shut off when you turn it on. I did this during the entire bike tour, except I was using both batteries at the same time. They were both topped off, and I was able to use both at the same time, and it allowed me up to about 80 miles worth of range. This, on this XP Lite, I have a feeling I'll be able to go well over 80 miles with this pack here, and I think I'm going to run a distance test on it. Just it's an all-day ride. I'm going to go ahead and try it out. Somebody had mentioned they get 120 miles out of this crazy thing, but aside from a few scratches, this bike is relatively new. Hardly any miles on it. But yeah, a little bit of clean chain up, bike maintenance every now and then. And for the most part, I'm just probably going to use this as a spare battery in reserve and everything else. So in case I do run this down too much, it'll give me enough to at least have my reserve tank to be able to get me home. So if anybody has any other questions about what I've done on here, if they are interested or have any ideas about safety or anything like that, they want to find out if I'm doing everything properly, you know, don't hesitate to ask and everything else, because I've been doing this for a long time with as an electronics technician. I tend to do a lot of DIY work, so I'm always making sure that I'm not going to burn anything up. But I always like to do lots of safety checks before I fully connect up any power. So, other than that, I'd say this XP Lite, along with the other one that I have, I've got the blue along with the tan one. You know, I've got them both for an excellent deal. I'm going to go ahead and maximize the use out of both of them. You know, considering it comes with a suspension post, this thing makes it really nice for riding the long rides, especially like on the Metric Century, which was 66 miles. Felt really good during the entire thing. I was full of energy when I get done. This actually did awesome going up the hills though. This battery here, it more than supplies enough power to be able to allow up to like pedal assist 3 on extremely steep hills, and it maintains the speed going up without a problem. As long as you're not overloading the bike with too much weight, it should be able to handle it for a long ways. For the most part, I'm gonna see how long I can actually use this bike for. So, other than that, what can I say? Lectric make it a really damn good product. So, all right, you guys enjoy. So.